I wanna tell you something, baby, before you get up and go. Press the button on the TV screen for the Please Subscribe show. Please subscribe to the Please Subscribe show. Thank you, Linda and Cole.
I wonder if William Shatner's like, I finally made it. And in my case, it's not necessarily a child, but children, okay? So if you have children, plural, you should be able to see your children without money ever being a part of the picture. And that is how Jesus Christ wants it to be. Remember, he showed the rich the child as a child, and he held the child up, the baby, in front of the rich. He said, this is the riches. Yet the rich people wanted to be worshipped, right? The rich people wanted to be held up, yet the baby was being held up in front of them. Jesus Christ actually did this stuff. He showed the rich what was important: life, not money. But because we are in a broken world, money is a factor. Because money is the broken thing. And a lot of people say, well, money's what makes the world go around. And they forget all about love. Yet the world still goes around. Can I ask you a question, Kitty? With one floppy ear to the left. Do you have any idea where the address 251 is? You're just going to ignore me? You're not going to say anything? What if you weird the cat started talking to me right now? Meow. Hey, look, I've got a friend for you. Right here. That's another cat. What do you think, Critter? Oh, he's coming over. Oh, hey, kitty. I used to have a cat just exactly like that. What do you think, Critter? Are you jealous? Meow, meow. Better get out of the road, kitty. It's a cute cat. Dude, he's following me. Staying way back there. I get his tuna, his cat food, and his friskies. I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. Although I like dogs. I don't mind dogs, they're okay. I favor cats, so I think cats are cooler. They kind of keep to themselves. They're independent. They don't cause a lot of trouble usually. But dogs are okay too. As always, like myself, the kitties. So Angel had a good friend that worked at the bank, and I was able to get in at the bank, and this was like a state bank, and we were able to make a substantial amount of money, and that's fine. Maybe eventually I would have moved on to JP Morgan, and we would have made even more money, right? So I was on my way and moving up and making a lot of money. And after about 4 years, they're not so giving with, moving people up to a higher level. It takes a lot of work at a bank to move up to like a manager or a district manager or whatever it may be, where you can make quite a bit of money. And that didn't happen as quick as I thought. I did move up. I did progress. But it wasn't enough for us to actually get a house, that we were able to get a rental house, okay? And that didn't work out. And eventually, things at the bank didn't work out so well, so I moved on from the bank. And that's when I got into rideshare and Uber and stuff like that, which allowed me more freedoms to make choices just on a day-to-day basis. And that's when I started posting stuff on YouTube, mostly like B-roll and just photography kind of things. It was mostly just photography stuff. It was like almost like a serious hobby. And that's kind of how I fell into eventually learning about vlogging. I didn't know that you could be a vlogger. I did do a little vlogging without thinking about it, but I didn't know that you could actually be this kind of vlogging person that's actually like a career. Some people may vlog Walt Disney World, and some people may vlog, Hollywood home, or, some people may vlog hamsters or their house, or maybe their work environment or whatever it may be that they vlog, whatever God allows them to vlog. So that's when I realized, okay, I can probably do this in some way. I've always wanted to start a television show. Always been like, I was big fans of Seinfeld when I was younger. I liked the fact that there was a show about a guy that was inside of his apartment and he had friends, I did like the fact that Seinfeld was a stand-up comedian. That part was interesting, but I also like the fact that he was in this apartment with his friends and he was talking, and it was like a real life situation. And reality shows came out of that and all kinds of stuff. So I thought, well, maybe I can make this work. Maybe I could somehow create a show, and that developed, and I was able to do rideshare and like Uber Eats and things like that and have more time. And then that's, of course, when my wife decided to leave me. She said, you got to give up this YouTube stuff. And, she could be right in some instances. But I also thought to myself, well, what about if I didn't do it? Then there would be no story for me to tell. I didn't really know the people at church very well. The social life was very different because we didn't make the kind of money that a lot of the people at our church. We went to a fairly affluent church where people made quite a bit of money, and we weren't like that. And I felt at home doing this kind of stuff. So I continued doing it anyway. And now I haven't seen my kids in about 2 years. And it's actually been 7 months since I've even received a message from my ex-wife. So now I drive around and look at pretty things and press the record button. And I do things like this. Shop. Live. Work. Moo. Golf. Stay. And that helps me go on. That's just kind of one of the things. I just like that skyline sunset kind of look with the cars mixed in. Now, ultimately, money is a factor in life. So I'm not saying, oh, money's completely evil, stay away. I'm just kind of trying to be kind of a radical about the fact that money's not going to make you have a happy family. But I know it's part of life. I know that richer people have better chances of being able to see their kids if they have a decent amount of money and they do go through a divorce. In a lot of cases, both parents will still be able to see their kids. But when you're very, very poor, it's harder because lawyers cost money, and when you're worried about every single thing, it gets rough. That's kind of what I was trying to say. I wasn't saying, oh, if you have a lot of money, then you're going, straight to HE double hockey sticks. I wasn't saying that. I was just basically saying that it's just really hard right now for a lot of people. In the distance awaits a Bucky. What is a Bucky? It's a beaver with a red hat. That's all I really know. I don't know the history of Bucky or the biography of Bucky. I don't know if they've created a biography of Bucky, where he came from, if Bucky's from a large family and has many siblings. But anyway, that's that yellow sign right there is Bucky's. Still trying to figure out Bucky's story. Regardless of all my troubles, gasoline is something you have to kind of hunt for when you're going to get a good deal, a good price. And Bucky's, in most cases, the gas is going to be much lower. Around what maybe QT would charge. We're going to check right now. We're at a Bucky's right now. Yeah, $2.69. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. I hear the race cars there for a minute. Remember when I said I haven't had a breakfast in about almost 6 months to a year? It's actually kind of true. Haven't had bacon and eggs and pancakes in probably about a year. I've had dinner and lunch, but the most important meal been put on hold for some reason. I don't really understand why. I do crave it though. I do crave breakfast. Don't know why. Two for two, right here. Circle K. It's got the K on it too. How much does this bring up as right here?
$140.
How much?
$140. And they're two for $2.
Well, he said it was 2 for 2. So the other one. Oops. It's 2 for 2. I like this IHOP moon thing. I thought I'd throw in an advertisement in it. Even though I got them at Circle K. It looked cool, and I'm picking up an order from IHOP, so I kind of mix things up a little bit. But 2 for 2 is not too bad. It's a better deal than Racetrack if you get 2 of them. If you don't get 2 of them, then it's $1.40, so it's not so good. But, oh well. Maybe I can save one for tomorrow. Sorry, I just clicked it open so you didn't get to hear it go. But they're 2 for $2.17 at Circle K. So there's Circle K way over there. You can kind of see it. See, that's over there. The gas station over there at Circle K. Yeah, 2 of them for $2.17. Not a bad deal. Racetrack, you get 1 for $1.17, I think. So maybe I'll save the other one for tomorrow. Maybe I'll drink it tonight. I don't know. It's a good drink, though. It's Arizona tea. What was that noise? Oh, that was R2. Actually, it was Ryder from Paw Patrol because they changed the name. But it's Arizona tea. It has, it's like a tonic. It kind of keeps you alert a little bit. It's made by Arizona. It's this yellow thing right here. Pretty good. Pretty good. And those are the Texas Motor Speedway lights. And we're going to drop off some breakfast or IHOP food. It could be probably dinner too or whatever. We're going to drop off some IHOP. Get a little clear picture of that. There we go. Now we're getting all Spielberg. And we're taking off, getting ready to go. Right through here. Texas Motor Speedway. And we're off. Ain't that clear? The 2009 remaster version's awesome. Neil Young, one of our best. Well, here we go. Well, night has reared its head, and I'm listening to a remastered version of Neil Young's Old Man. One of our songs that will be with our culture as human beings on this planet for a very, very long time. Now, I do like Leonard Skinner, don't get me wrong, but Neil Young, he had some really, really intense lyrics and some good riffs as a guitar player. I would say he's one of my most influential teachers when it comes to maybe playing like folky style music, that and Dylan, Bob Dylan, because I do my own music too. He was very creative with how he did things. Leonard Skinner, of course, who we talked about, they're more of like electric guitar, kind of powerhouse, loud music. But I think Neil Young is more like campfire folk, you know, the music that touches your heart in a way. But that's just my own opinion. I think Old Man is a great song. Well, I'll tell you this. Probably some mistakes I made as I boasted about being a father. But I wanted people to know that I was a proud father and that I'm still a proud father. And that was important for other people to know that I am a father currently, and I have children. And I want you to know this. I want you to know that I am a father and I have children. That's probably the one thing I want you to know about me the most, regardless of all the filming locations I may do or may not do, or all the vlogs I may talk about. Just know that I am currently a proud father. And that is my greatest success that I can brag about or tell you about. That I am a father. Now I'm going to go back and listen to Old Man by Neil Young and drop off this IHOP at someone's door. Y'all have a good night. Now I noticed something when I was driving. I want to turn this on so you can see my face and know that I am a proud father. I am currently a father, and I am a proud father, and I want you to know this about me. I am currently a very proud father, and no matter what you do to me, I'll always be a father until the very end. You'll never be able to take away my past. You'll never be able to take away what I'm currently am. I am a proud father. That's what I want you to know. And even beyond the end, I will still be a proud father. For all of time, all of eternity, I will be a proud father. Me. For all of time. Heart of Gold's even better. All right, we're getting closer to this drop, which I believe is in, I want to say maybe it's Roanoke or something. Some people biking out there. All right, we're at a little traffic stop. I felt some filmmaker stuff going on. These cars were passing. But, I don't know, waiting for it to turn green. Oh, there it is, okay. Anyway, so just waiting to get to it's actually Fort Worth drop, so. Well, got the green light. Good to go. So the project is green lighted and we are moving ahead here. Check the app to see if it wanted me to knock on the door or not. Alright, looks like they do want me to ring the doorbell. Alright, I guess the next one is. I always kind of wonder these things that are laying in the road. You know, we're getting closer to Halloween. It's like a scary story out there or something. Looks like a bag or something. Well, for what it's worth, now that's Buffalo Springfield. Supposedly my dad sold one of his guitars to a member of Buffalo Springfield, but I don't know the member. I've always wondered which one it was, but he was one of the bass players or something like that for Buffalo Springfield or something like that. I don't know the whole story. The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. The band. Great song. La 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 la. And they were singing na 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 na. The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. One of the band's best songs ever. Very good. And if you're like Martin Scorsese, check out the documentary about the band called The Last Waltz. Man, that's a really good one. I'm listening to The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down by the band right now. It's really, really good. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Now they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. Na 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 na. La 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 la. Now we're going to Burger King. Pick up some burgers for friends. All right, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
La 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 la. So this particular version of it, the band The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, is actually the alternate version. And it starts off, it sounds really, really, really great. It's very, very low, meaning it's not as loud as the second take, because the first take, they kind of flub a little bit, and then Levon Helm comes in eventually, and you can tell the difference between the first take and the second take. But it's only a few seconds, but it starts off better than probably any recording I've ever heard modern day. The recording's amazing. All right, got it. And we're gonna put it in here. This bag right here. That's inflated. Here. Put this in here. Got it right there. And grab these. Put it in the biggest bag, which is actually might be okay, but in this one right here, it should be fine. Let's cover this one right there. Thank you, Burger King. So they're taking me to Justin, which is pretty far away. So I'm gonna see if I can go into this Raising Cane's and use the restroom or something. They're actually closed. Burger King, the drive-thru is only open, and I have to go around this way. So it's kind of like a maze. Maybe I'll go into Buc-ee's. They have like one of the biggest restrooms that you could ever come across. It's like a gymnasium style. Not gymnasium. It's not like you walk in there and they've got workout equipment or anything in the restroom, but it looks like a gym when you walk in. I'm gonna see, maybe Raising Cane's might have a restroom. That's why I had to get out for a second. Get stuck in the car for a while. You have to. Okay, we'll try. It looks like their lobby might be open. I pray God it is. We should be able to go in here. Yeah, they are. Okay, good. Yeah, the restrooms at sonar kicked in. Yeah, the restrooms at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, they're pretty good. Pretty good restroom. So on the night they drove Old Dixie down by the band, they attempt to do it for a few seconds, and I believe it's not. I don't think it's Helm, maybe Robbie, but he tells them once more. And I was saying that when it kicks in right there, it's very, very quiet and subtle. I thought that was really cool. And they say once more, and it just booms in there. You can hear Levon Helm just ripping it up, But it's a really good recording. It's the alternate mix of the night they drove Old Dixie down by the band. Very, very good. I recommend it. You can get it on SoundCloud. It's really cool. And the night they drove Old Dixie down, he says, in the winter of 65, we were barely alive. I think, was he talking about 1865 or 1965? I always kind of wondered if he was talking about both, like a duality of time right there. Because he just says, and the winter of 65, we were barely alive. That part, I'm trying to wonder if he's talking about 1865. So he's talking about the Civil War, or, the Dixie flag, or who is the Old Dixie, The night they drove Old Dixie down. It's always an interesting thing if the band ever talked about it. I'm sure they've written about the song. It sounds like he's talking about, the Civil War and that aspect of the song. But he could also be talking about 1965 too, because there's a lot of protest and things going on in the 60s. It's kind of, in a way, I think it is probably addressing the civil rights, and in a positive way. It's seeing, the injustice of that time and everything. It's an interesting song. You should listen to it. It's got a great feeling to it, and what he's talking about. He's probably talking about them as a band, and maybe he's addressing them in 1965. I'll have to look up the time whenever the song was released. Okay, I listened to it again. Yeah, he is talking about the Civil War, because how it talks about the cavalry and everything. So it's a pretty intense song, and he does bring in the piano and a lot of other instruments that may have been used during that time in the Civil War too. But I like, for some reason on this alternate mix, I like it with just the guitar starting off. It was very powerful. Maybe it's because I've heard the song so many times and I'm a big The Band fan. But it was interesting if they just did it with just the guitar only, and I'm sure they probably have. It's a great song. It's a historical kind of sounding song. It brings in a lot of history. It's got a lot of ambience. The whole song brings in a certain mood. You got to listen to it. The Band, the night they drove Old Dixie down. Yeah, that's what the actual lyrics. In the winter of 65, we were hungry and barely alive. That's what he says. In the winter of 65, we were hungry and barely alive. He sings that part right there. I think he is maybe talking about 1865. Yeah, I'm telling you, that alternate mix, if they would have kept that guitar and just the humming for a little bit longer, that would have been an awesome beginning. I mean, an awesome beginning. But he cuts off, and a lot of times I think that was an accident. A lot of musicians will do something on accident, and because of the times and because of how a certain time needs music to be at that certain moment in time, they'll change it to fit the time. But when time changes, because this song is very old, it's around 50 years old, or even I don't know, I have to do the math on when the song was released, but it's very old. Now that little accident that Robbie did when he came in, I gotta get the names right on the band, but was beautiful. It was beautiful. And if they held that for like maybe a minute or so longer, it'd have been amazing. But they brought in a lot of instruments all at once. And I thought they should have built more, you know, from the guitar and him being subtle. But I gotta go. But anyway, I'll talk about the song later, and of course the band. They're one of my favorites. So just to clarify my argument here about the beginning of that song, it goes on for about 20 seconds. So I think they should have held it for at least a minute with him just barely playing that guitar kind of, and the muted drum sound and all that stuff was powerful. Of course, he was just kind of giving an intro. But because they were just kind of messing around, I think there was a lot of power in that. And it was very subtle. And then, you know, they come in with the piano and all that stuff. I think it should have built more, but it's amazing, amazing, amazing. Also, it inspires the Linda and Cole band, too, because he's banging on the actual guitar, which I think is a great drum. And he's probably just doing that as a way to signify when the band should come in and when the song begins. And it was almost like something that they weren't going to record anyway. I thought that was amazing. Okay, that one back there was 53, so we're looking for 73. Talking about the address, nothing. Yeah, there's 56, so you're getting closer. Around the middle of nowhere, getting some Burger King. That one says, I think it said 81. Crap. After you turn here, it's hard to see these at night. Yeah, there's no numbers. Yep, this one's it. That's the number right there on the tail end. It's got to be these guys right here. Well, I'll do is I'll just drop it off and see if I can see an address out there. I got a flag out there too. Hi, Burger King. How you doing? Yeah, I didn't know for sure if this was your house. Yeah, I can't see a thing. I'm just gonna, just for 6 feet purposes, I'm not vaccinated, so I'm just gonna put it right here if you don't mind. And actually, we're supposed to be contactless, but that's okay. I do this anyway. You have a good... Oh, crap. This thing is... there it goes. All right, you have a good one. Yeah, be careful. Oh, anyway, so we got that taken care of. Now back to the band. Anyway, you just gotta check out the song. And I got the bonus on that one. So, not about the song, but, you know, the bonus and the delivery. Now we gotta find our way. We gotta find our way out of this place right here. Woo-wee! Man, I'll tell you what. Woo! All right, I gotta check those other 2 bags I got there really quick, and I was thinking about the band. Make sure they're there. Okay, yeah, they are. Okay, cool. Check, making sure those bags are there. I got that one. Okay, let me double check again. Just want to make sure. I think this one, these 2, and those. Yep. All right, cool. Just making sure I got all the bags. All right, that's what we need. It's part of the tools. The night that drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. We're gonna try to go this way. Yeah, let's try this way. Should be fine. We'll get out this way. It really is like a maze. I keep getting spun around. I missed one turn off, and I was thinking, well, I'll just go down the other way. Now it's spinning me back around. I'll get out of this new complex wherever. I have no idea where I'm at. But I just gotta make another turn, and the map showed me the other way, so we'll get out of here. Well, that road back there said Super Bloom. This one's saying Firecracker. Firecracker, Super Bloom. And then there's one more road over here. Canela. This is the one I need. Canyon Maple. Maybe that'll be a song. Got lost on Canyon Maple. I wasn't that old, still able. Able, sorry, able. Wasn't that old, still able. Yeah, this is the right way. All right, we found our way out this way. So you can't go down any of those roads over there. They just go in a circle. That's the one. So it's kind of like a maze in a way. And this one is, I'm still in Canyon Maple. This one is the one, it's telling me to the left on Winding Meadows. Or Winding Meadows, I think is the right way to say it. Sorry about that. Winding Meadows. Winding Meadows. Here we go. In the winter 65, we were hungry and barely alive. Get on the navigator. Well, it's time for a restroom break, and it's much needed. Oh, and they also have this thing too, for families and everything. I give them a big thumbs up. Well, that's gonna be about a wrap. And we got, the food delivered to the people out in the middle of the country and some in suburbs and things like that. And we listened to some good music, like the band Neil Young. The Linda and Cole band, 1020 1977, which probably needs a little bit of microphone work. Other than that, you know, we had a pretty good night. So all I ask now is please subscribe. It's the best way to help. Another thing too is you can just watch the show and hit the notifying bell. It keeps you in the loop, lets you know when the next post will be uploaded. And I guess, you know, have a good night. That's all I have for you right now. So the vlog is over, and I'm probably going to send up some backlog too, some older vlogs as well that I haven't sent up yet. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And it's September 14th, about 10:21 p.m., about 77 Fahrenheit. So, you know, you do the math for Celsius. You know how to figure that out. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Or maybe I'll figure out the Celsius and tell you before, you know, just a minute. Okay, so it's 77 Fahrenheit, and the Celsius is 25. So it's 25 Celsius, if that makes a difference. Anyway, September 14th, y'all have a good night. And love having you along. See you in the next video. This is another pretty good song by the band called Atlantic City. It's pretty good. Then you'll see the lights, and that'll be a wrap. Y'all have a good night.